Hello and a very warm welcome. Driver ratings for the British Grand Prix. All 20 drivers covered as we rate them out of 10. It was a boring race that turned into utter carnage with punctures at the end. When we do these ratings, we don't have a specific order, we just do them in random order. We cover every single driver, rating them out of 10 for their weekend. And we've got the Silverstone Grand Prix in a week's time, so race is coming thick and fast. Antonio Giovanazzi, 4. Huge spin in FP1, in Maggots and Beckett's, P17 in quali, P13 in the race, beat Kimi all weekend. I mean, can't really do much more. I mean, he got a 5-place penalty for safety car infringements, but he beat Kimi all weekend, so... But then again, you can't give him a great rating because he's not very quick. Alpha are not very quick. Kimi Raikkonen, 0. Alpha need to improve massively. I thought Kimi Raikkonen was dreadful this weekend. P18 in quali, last in the race, beaten by Giovanazzi, broke his front wing, puncture. It was a shit show by Kimi. Russell, 6. Again, makes it out of Q1, but his teammate spun in the gravel. He got a 5-place grid penalty for speeding under yellows. P12 in the race, very good. Beat Latifi all weekend. Very good performance in the Williams, finishing P12. Latifi, 5. Spin in qualifying, last in quali, but much better in the race. He beat 2 cars. He had a better weekend, I would say. Danny Kvyat, 2 out of 10. 5-place grid penalty for changing components, then he had a huge crash at Maggots and Beckett's. The safety in Formula 1 is incredible, and it's incredible that he can walk away from a huge crash like that, because literally flat out, 195 mile an hour, unbelievable, 180 maybe, wow. Gasly, 9. Very good at Silverstone is Pierre Gasly. P7, very strong performance, benefited from punctures. He passed Sebastian Vettel on pure pace. It was a good weekend, but he did go off the track to overtake Vettel. They looked at it, but I think he should have had to give that place back. But Gasly is very strong at Silverstone. Valtteri Bottas, 8. I feel really sorry for him. He gets a puncture. He had a guaranteed 2nd place. That's massive confidence dent. He's lost so many points to Lewis Hamilton. Guaranteed 2nd place, 2nd all weekend, and then he gets a puncture and doesn't even finish in the points. So couldn't have gone any worse for James Bottas. Lewis Hamilton, 10 out of 10. World class pole lap, beats his teammate by 3 tenths, dominates the race. Obviously great pole lap. He had a little spin in qualifying. Race led every single lap. Puncture late on. I thought he was going to lose the race, and he managed to bring it home. Great performance. Extends his championship lead. Perfect weekend. 7th British win. Unbelievable. Leclerc, 9. Impressive qualifying. P4. Gets a podium in the race, which is like a win. And he beats Sebastian Vettel all weekend. I mean, Leclerc had a great performance. I was actually going to give him 10. I thought he was very good. Sebastian Vettel, 2. Now, it's harsh marking him 2, but you got to mark him on his performance. His performance all weekend was very poor. He missed the whole of practice 1. Very poor pace. 1 point. Painful weekend. Leclerc's on the podium. Vettel's battling for 10th place. So, for me, there's a serious car issue there, because how is it possible that the gap's so far between 2 Ferraris? It doesn't make sense. On to another tough rating. Alexander Albon, 1. Now, when Pierre Gasly was doing shit, I marked him down. I'm doing the same to Albon. Massive crash in practice 2. Becoming very crash prone is Alexander Albon. Knocked out in Q2, qualifies 12th. Penalty for the incident with Kevin Magnussen. Tries overtaking into the last corner. 2 into 1 doesn't go. Good fight back on the fresh tyres, but not good enough for a Red Bull driver. Max 9, third in quali, P2 in the race, fastest lap. Could have won the Grand Prix if he stayed out, but he pitted to get the fastest lap. Very solid weekend again by Max. Nico Hülkenberg, the return, 8. To jump in the car, straight on the pace, I thought he was exceptional, but he didn't get to do the race, which was a massive shame. First quali back, P13, remarkable that he's up to speed and on the pace. He missed the start of the race, he didn't get to race, which was a massive shame, and he could have done with getting the race under his belt. He will be in the car again, because Perez has to self-isolate. We wish Sergio Perez a speedy recovery. Lance Stroll 5, average weekend. I expected much more from Racing Point. I literally thought they'd be the second best team, and Lance Stroll finished 9th. Not good. Grosjean 0. Horror qualifying, P19, very dodgy defensive driving, moving in the braking zones, etc. He did it on Carlos Sainz, he did it on Ricciardo. A bit of shocking driving, to be honest. Horror strategy as well. Kevin Magnussen 3, P16 in quali, beat Grosjean. Haas are not very quick. Contact with Alexander Albon. Albon did get the penalty for it, so not much Magnussen could have done. 2 into 1 doesn't go. He made a mistake. He takes the normal racing line. Albon hits him off. Carlos Sainz 7 out of 10. Puncture cost him and the team massive points. He was on for massive points. He qualifies 7th. He finishes the race in 14th because he got a puncture. Norris 8. Great tribute. He did a competition for his helmet. A little 6-year-old won it, and he actually had the helmet designed by a 6-year-old. Good touch. Amazing qualifying. P5. Good overtakes in the race. Passed late on by Ricciardo. Probably worrying about his tyres after his teammate got a puncture. Lando Norris probably been star of the season so far. He's been exceptional. Daniel Ricciardo 9. Great points for Renault. P4, benefits from all the punctures. He qualified 8th. He finishes 4th. One of Ricciardo's best weekends in the Renault team. Esteban Ocon 9. Best result since his return. A good move on Lance Stroll. Qualifies P10. Finishes P6. Renault, that's huge points for the Renault team, because Ricciardo 12 points. Ocon 20 points as a team. Fantastic. There we have it. Qualifying reaction, race reaction, and driver ratings done for the British Grand Prix. Like I said, it was a boring race, but carnage occurred with 3 laps to go. That is driver ratings done. All 20 drivers covered. We go on to Silverstone again in a week's time, where we do the same. Qualifying reaction, race reaction, driver ratings for the British Grand Prix. And Lewis Hamilton has stamped his authority on the World Championship. I believe the gap's 30 to Valtteri Bottas. Bottas hugely unlucky, but that could be the championship already. That's going to be interesting to see how Bottas bounces back after this weekend, because that is a huge kick in the bollocks for Bottas, just losing 25 points like that. So there we have it. Comment down below. We'll always reply. And that is the driver ratings done for the British Grand Prix. We go again in a week's time. Adios.